Hey guys, I'm Mr. Dorton, and I'm going to be narrating or teaching you through this last unit in Earth Space Science. It's called Space Exploration. And what's going to happen, if you didn't see the video, I'll tell you anyway. Daily, you're going to get a new PowerPoint. It's only 3 or 4 slides, and that's in most Earth Space classes. And you should also be looking for an attachment. They're guided notes. You're going to fill those in throughout the week as I take you through that. Now, Friday, what you're going to do is take pictures of all the pages that you completed and upload those into the assignment for that week in EDSB. We'll be doing vocabulary too, so let's just agree we're going to do that on a separate sheet of paper. Alrighty? So, at the end of the week, all you'll have to upload is the notes we did for that week and the vocabulary. Alrighty? So, in each of these PowerPoints that are going to go up daily, you can just hit play and play them as a slideshow, and you'll hear me. So, let's get rolling. Alright, one of the things I like to do with my classes at least is let them see what the essential questions are, and that way they know kind of where we're going with all this. So we're going to be dealing with how astronomy has changed and evolved from simply just being on the planet looking up and going, what is that in the night sky, to actually sending probes into space. And also learning about how exploration helps us learn about the universe, how we've justified future space explorations. We're going to talk about private aerospace businesses. You probably heard about them on the news, but didn't really catch your ear. Well, now they will. Okay, the Mars rovers, how they are expanding and how their technology is helping us understand more about space. EM radiation, we have to talk about that, electromagnetic spectrum. Instruments used to detect that radiation, and how space exploration has actually helped Florida. Alrighty, so when we talk about space exploration, we're really breaking it down into 2 different things: unmanned missions and manned missions. Now each has their benefit, their pros and cons. Alright, so in unmanned missions, one of the biggest benefits is we don't risk human life. Right? But we have to keep developing the technology in order to send these things out into space, depending on what we want to find out. All right? And one of the biggest benefits, it's that second to the last one there. If a planet is unsuitable for human life, well, you don't want to send somebody there. Right? I mean, no. But we could possibly send these probes there that can give us a bunch of information about it, to understand why it is the way that it is. We're doing that with Mars. Now, manned missions have their place. They certainly have their place. Basically, to put a human in orbit, get humans involved in this thing. There's some scientific experiments that just can't be done unless a human is involved. And over time, one of the key things that's happened is we've studied microgravity. The effect of microgravity on humans. Your blood doesn't circulate quite the same. A lot of things about your human body don't perform and behave the same way in microgravity, like in orbit, as they do when you're on the planet. So we get to study the effect of those things. So the main concept here is that unmanned missions have their place, and so do manned missions. There's certainly room for both. Alrighty. So we have to look at how we have looked at space over the years. And I mentioned that, it could be a couple of thousand years ago, y'all. I mean, way back in time. And they're simply looking up in the night sky like you can, looking at these twinkling things in the sky and wondering, who is that? What is that? They don't know anything about what a star is and fusion and gases. All they know is there's this thing in the night sky. Well, along comes the telescope, right? And for hundreds of years, the most common instrument we use for viewing objects in space was a telescope. That's actually number 1, by the way. And then, we developed different crafts to explore space, and some of them were manned and some of them were unmanned. And then comes in the Hubble telescope, and everything changed. We didn't see space as just this black canvas of little white dots anymore. You've seen those pictures from the Hubble telescope, and you know that now we can see much deeper into space and pick up things we never could see from simply standing in the backyard. Things like that. Alrighty, so why would we explore space? Well, to understand the whole universe. Now let's think about it a minute. The whole universe is not just simply everything that happens on this planet. Oh, no, no, no. There's lots of other things that happen way out there. Okay? It began simply drawing some planets. I showed you literally one of Galileo's drawings just a second ago. And I mentioned the Hubble telescope. Alrighty? So as we get astronomical scientific data, it's changing the way that we document, the way that we see space as we get new data and information. Those theories about what's out there in space change as well when we get new evidences from the data that we've gotten. Okay, but again, this is number 2. The main reason we go into space is to understand the universe. Now that should be it for today. So you've got 1 and 2 done today.